A predict price model is the predict input depth. Used the linear regression model to the predict the price based on the input features. Next, the input scaled is equal scalar transform input depth. Distance indices is equals KNN like neighbors input scaled similar form is equals depth. I locate the indices of 0 to detect or INT is equals second. It's tells like scales the input for KNN, finds 5 nearest neighbors for similar phones, convert the similar phones into a dictionary to pass the template and finally return the render template is result HTML. Predict the price round predictable price comma 2. Similar font is equal similar font. It displays the predict price or list of similar font. Further will continued by Harsha V.
It accepts the phone future inputs from the forum, validates the inputs, predicts the phone price using the machine learning model. It checks the important objectives like scalar, KNN are loaded. If not, it tries to load them using the load data function and collects the data values from the post request, converts them to approximate format like float or int using the default value like 0 to 60 it is provided. If the input is not valid number, it returns the 400 error. Next, it creates the minimum table with the input feature so that model can be used it for prediction. Using the preloaded ML model to predict the phone price, grabs the first predicted result using it. If something goes wrong during the prediction, it returns the error message. If not, further will continue by Sujay.
Hello, I'm Sujoy. I will be explaining line number 174 and moving forward. The prediction logic, it's attempt to predict the phone price using the model. Input data is passed in the model and zero gets first and only prediction. This is wrapped in try block to handle any errors. Finding similar phones using KNN. Uh, Initializes an empty list to store the similar phones. And so, if KNN is not none and scalar is not none, and DF is not none, and so that KNN model features scalar and data frame and local loaded before proceduring. The line from try features and line 185 and onwards, uh, it selects relevant feature using for similarity search in the in the scale input. Okay. And finding similar phones using KNN initializes an empty list to store similar phones. It ensures the KNN model features scalar and data frame DF are loaded before processing. With try prepare for, selects relevant features used for similarity search copies and features dataset DF. In scaled input, the scale input does using the pre-trained model scalar to match the scale as the training data. The distance this line indicates that it uses the KNN model to find the 5 nearest phones based on feature similarity. If there are fewer than 5 phones in the dataset, it uses all of them. It returns the distance and indices of those similar phones. Uh, for it is a loop. It is used to loop iterate over each similar phone found. The try is used here for to get the phones and at index IDX from the dataset and converts it to dictionary, stores the distance in input phones. Uh, these are the dictionaries. This is the builds a dictionary of phone details and appends it to similar phones. Similarity score is compared from distance. Closer means more similar, closer to 100%. In line, and this is the exception. Here, the exception are uses of phone causes an error, skip it and continue with the rest. For the exception, if any part of the KNN search fails, it logs the error and continues. And this is the final response, which returns a successful JSON response, including the predicted prices rounded to a list of similar phones. Uh, this this part of the program indicates error handlers if anything outside the earlier try to block fails, the block catches if any returns are generic errors. And this is the Flask app, which is used for templates folder exists, including rendering HTML files in Flask. These are the ports. Here the local files are being used. For the output part, I will be showing on. This is the UI in UI, or we can say website. Here we can select our brand. For example, we are selecting Apple. For RAM, we are selecting 8 GB, and the storage we will be select 256 as it is standard storage. For the battery, let's do for 4500, uh, and screen size will be 7 inches. For the refresh rate, let it be default 120 Hz, and the camera should be 3. So the price of this based on total as many as phones in our database, it will be around 58,000. Some phones can go up to 92,000 with the same specs, while some cheaper phones can go up to 36,000 or 35,000. Uh, and this is our project. Thank you.